Oh, okay. I thought Mr. Alexander also. Yeah.
Very
Well,
quickly.
he is preparing for the launch, so we are launching this week, and he has he has other things to do. So we will take all the questions ourselves.
Okay, that's wonderful. So yeah, give me a moment and we will start shortly.
Sure.
Okay, we can start now. So are you ready? Shall we start? Okay, that's great. So, hey everyone, it's glad to have you here all. And I'm your host today. My name is Lovely, and today we are doing Space with Waterfall. So, yeah, be ready and listen this wonderful Q&A session. Put your volumes up because it's going to be very informative and very wonderful Q&A session. Also, you have the right to do your own research also, so please do that as well. And yeah, let's start this session together. Okay, sir, so please introduce about yourself and your crypto background to our audience.
Hello, my name is Sergey Gribnyak. I'm the head of research for Waterfall Project, and today we are presented only by uh, people from research department of our team. So, because people who are who works on the development side, they are kind of busy, additionally busy this week because this week is the week of launch. So there are actually big announcements coming. But yeah, I think we will be able to handle all the questions. So as I said, my name is Sergey Gribnyak. I have 18 years in software development. I work basically one of the companies. I was the technical initial co-founder. I um, was acquired by one of the top 10 banks at that time in the United States. My blockchain journey started in 2017. I was working on one of the first layer 2 solutions for Ethereum, in particular, our GitHub repository of Plasma Cache was first at that time on GitHub, to our best knowledge. And basically, we were since then. We most of the time, actually all the time I spent in blockchain was actually developing infrastructure in Ethereum inspired ecosystem. So actually EVM, I was thinking back in the days that it will become a standard, and it happened exactly how I was expected it to happen. And this is why Waterfall actually supports EVM. So after this initial kind of layer 2 based attempts to bring to make a difference in the utilization uh, of the existing technologies. Back in the days, we actually decided to switch our attention to direct data cyclic graph. I defended my PhD on this topic, so Waterfall is actually based on my PhD. But it is obviously, again, the initial idea was mine, but now it is the product of work of our entire research team. And I also hold multiple positions at IEEE, and also I advise a government of one of the governments of one of the countries on their strategy of implementation of the digital strategy for the country with the focus of on Web3, which is my area of expertise. This is it on my end. Passing it over to Evgen.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Evgen Leonchik, and I am an associated professor with a PhD in mathematics at the Odessa National University in Ukraine. My main research focus lies in the mathematically modeling complex computer and economic systems. I have contributed to numerous international scientific studies in this field. Now I participate in an IEEE working group as a scientific secretary. For the last 7 years, I have focused on distributed ledger technology and have been involved in various projects concerning decentralized public and private networks. So I work in the research team at Waterfall for over 2 years, and I'm pleased to be here with Sergey to respond to your questions about our project. Thank you for your interest. Thanks.
All right, so thank you for that wonderful introduction, and it's great to have you both here today. And your background and expertise are truly impressive, and I'm sure our audience is excited to learn from your insights. And let's dive into the discussion about the waterfall. So yeah, please give us an overview about the waterfall.
So waterfall is basically highly scalable, and basically let me put it this way: there are many many protocols currently exist, probably will exist, and the key differentiator of waterfall is actually combining scalability and decentralization. Because if we will, a lot of technologies, they look very different from each other, right? Until you start counting the number of validators they have. And when you start counting the number of validators, you are actually seeing that most of them have limited number of validators, which is set up on powerful servers. And basically, this is how the scalability is achieved. So sacrificing decentralization and achieving scalability. And this is, by the way, why we one of the reasons why we discontinued our initial work on this first layer 2, because it was also delegated proof of stake, and we were thinking that it is not as interesting as it could have been. So waterfall, the easiest way to understand what is waterfall is, one second. Yeah, I will start sharing the screen. So yeah, the easiest way to understand what is waterfall is to review how our testnet looks, and basically this is each of these drops is a block, and it allows us, basically we are building a graph here, and it allows us to achieve parallelism in terms of the block processing. And later we are already working on block production, and later on the like parallel processing. So we are working on the 2 levels of parallel processing. So one of the on the single shard level, one of the multi-shard level. We will try to make it high level during this AMA, but there is a detailed article which is basically sharing the vision of waterfall, and our colleagues, I think, share this article, so you will be able to post it, and people who are more familiar with this will be able to get more details from it. So what it allows us to achieve, it allows us to achieve reasonably, it allows us to achieve high scalability without sacrificing decentralization. And basically, currently we are at more than 10,000 transactions per second, and we expect it to increase going forward and increase significantly, because in this article I mentioned, we are going through basically there are multiple concepts which can lead us to, for example, one of them, and this is not the only one. So which is talking about virtually unlimited sharding. And when we're talking about virtually unlimited sharding, we're talking about virtually unlimited scalability. and essentially it brings us to this kind of notion of to this kind of definitive advantage of the DAGs, that the more decentralized network becomes, the more scalable it becomes. So, and when we're going to virtually unlimited sharding, we are talking about virtually unlimited scalability and potentially virtually unlimited decentralization. So that's the goal. So basically, of course, nothing is unlimited in this world. There are always limitations. But our job to make it to push the boundaries of this trade-off of scalability and decentralization as far as we can, and we believe that we are able to bring it to the next level. Thank you so much for the good question. Yeah, I stop sharing the screen.
All right, thank you for give us a wonderful overview about the waterfall. So I have another question for you. Like, how does waterfall solve the blockchain trilemma?
Yeah, that's actually that's where I ended. Well, we have to say so. There is no definition how the blockchain trilemma, what is it solved, right? Because it's not strictly defined. So, for example, you cannot say, okay, when you have like, I don't know, 10 validators, trilemma is not solved, but when you have, say, 1 million validators, trilemma is solved. So it's not strictly defined. So obviously there is always kind of the boundaries, existing boundaries of this, and then we're pushing it. So the solution is, as I said, basically goes to the again, the trilemma is security, scalability, and decentralization. So security is a must. So if you don't have security, you don't have a fintech. Basically, fintech without security is not something something we actually were talking about. So obviously, it is a more trade-off between scalability and decentralization, and we're pushing the boundaries further. So again, if we will be successful in achieving this concept of virtually unlimited sharding, and the more decentralized, the more scalable it becomes, then we technically can say that probably the task is at least brought to another level. Because usually it is like it is done like this. So here was the current limit, and we made the next step, and then basically with next step we push the boundary of limitation of the current view right now. So that may be a solution, but we would refrain from doing this kind of aggressive statements yet, and until it is done. So this is where we are headed, and this is how we're planning to address this. And also, actually, worth saying that blockchain trilemma. This is the thing. We are essentially not a blockchain. So implementation of both views that it is described in this article I mentioned it involves utilization of a directed acyclic graph on the level of coordination network and at the level of shard network. And shard network was something I was showing to you. So generally speaking, we are kind of solving or pushing the boundaries of blockchain trilemma, but we're already not a blockchain. So may not be exactly accurate statement, but yeah, we definitely are expanding the boundaries of what has been present before. Thank you for the good question.
All right, thank you for that insightful explanation and how like a waterfall addresses the blockchain trilemma, and it's fascinating to hear about the innovative approaches of your team has developed yet. So I have another good question for you. The question is related to the low transaction fees. So like, how does waterfall maintain low transaction fees?
Let me take this question. A base transaction fee must be paid for any transaction included in a block. Its value depends on the total number of validators in the system. The general rule is an increase in network validators gives higher transaction fees. But transaction fees become lower with an increase in number of blocks per slot. I share my screen 1 second, please. For example, at this moment, Ethereum has one block with about 30 million of gas for every 12 seconds. You understand that if a network with about 1 million validators can process only about 15 transactions per second, it should be expensive. Moreover, any surge in activity results in an increase in network gas fees. Users have to pay higher gas fees to prioritize their transactions. On Waterfall, we have several blocks per slot, and each block has 210 million of gas. In case of a surge in activity, new blocks per slot will be added automatically. Therefore, we never have a gas shortage and can provide users with more blocks for their transactions, processing thousands of transactions per second. Thank you for these questions.
All right, and thank you for explaining, sir. It's impressive to see like the mechanism you have put in the place to achieve this. And now I have another question, like what opportunities does Waterfall offer to DApp development?
Basically, well, there are different opportunities and there are different ways to look at this. So opportunity number one. So we were initially, as I said, I am actually a big fan of Ethereum-inspired ecosystem. So the goal of Waterfall was actually not to introduce something new, right? So for example, currently you are having like some protocols which are saying, okay, Rust will be the future, and some are saying Move will be the future. Move is very close to Rust. Or some other in the past were saying, okay, we will be the future, and so on and so forth. So basically, we believe that EVM is currently established standard, and we also believe in that, okay, there may exist some other standards, and we later on are planning to expand the amount of languages virtual machine understands, and doing the state update. So the goal here was actually to introduce this new level of performance, right? My apologies, in terms of scalability and decentralization. But at the same time allow them to use all they are already used to be doing. And so basically all the tools of EVM of Ethereum are, I mean, not all, but many of them, such as like MetaMask, Hard Hat, Remix, etc., are able to be used on Waterfall. And when we started development, it actually was 2021, and when we are preparing for this in 2020, it wasn't like this right now. So currently every other technology is implementing Ethereum virtual machine, but at that time it was still there was already more EVMs. It wasn't like 2017 time for Ethereum killers, but still some were implementing, but it wasn't that kind of that widely spread as it is right now. So basically our goal was actually to introduce the same interface but with different and more performant engine under the hood, and under the hood as they say. Yes. And then we then actually also we this is from a technical standpoint. So basically, people are able to take their code and just copy and paste it, or just do it exactly how they were doing it in the past on Waterfall. So that's an advantage in terms of the lowering the complexity of development itself. So now the reason is, okay, why do they want to do this? So we currently have a pretty active and engaged community. So we are already passing like 80,000 users across different community channels. And again, we are doing the launch this week, and there will be kind of the like led by association community distribution to the community on the middle of next month. So actually the date was confirmed yesterday. It will be 17th of July. So these 3 weeks will be spent on the integration with infrastructure providers and changes. Actually, like again, we work on the development side, but the association orders us to do this, and we were doing this. So basically, developers who are joining us early, they can enjoy the this community, because this community is very natural. I mean, it's very organic in that sense, because we were not doing airdrops. So basically, most of the people, where they were maybe seeing our interviews, or seeing us speaking somewhere, or seeing somebody speaking about us. So the community is very organic. And because of that, we have very high level of engagement, and we still have a lot of place for new projects for deployment. So come to us, deploy your projects, and you will our initial users will basically may join your project and bring some additional users to you. So and yeah, by again, currently we are at 80,000. I believe in 3 weeks we will be currently close or more to 100,000, and this is already it is a big number. So especially when it is not like, okay, join our channel and we will give you coins. So yeah, that's what we have. So everyone is welcome. We are happy to provide any assistance which is needed, and we are open to the collaboration opportunities and welcoming everyone to join us. Thank you so much.
All right, that's great, and thank you for sharing the opportunity that Waterfall offer for the app development. And it's exciting to hear about the possibilities and support available for users or developers, could say. So, people, if you want to know more about the Waterfall, please check out their documentation as well, their white paper, their website. You will get more deeper information over there. So moving on to the another question. The question is related to the Node. So, what is the purpose of the Waterfall Node desktop app?
Yeah, thanks for this question. So basically, we can say there are multiple levels of participation in the network by contributing to its security for different level of technical people. So, we can say a different level of technical knowledge from different users possess. So there are, for example, techies, right? And they have absolutely no issues to go, for example, to, I don't know, we were testing Waterfall using Amazon, HeadSnap, DigitalOcean, and Google Cloud. And by the way, with Google Cloud, we were the part of their startup program, and we actually conducted massive testing last week. Probably, to our best knowledge, it was the largest testing of the in terms of the scaling the decentralization to the levels where it hasn't been tested by anyone before. So it was like more than 1.5 million validators set up on the servers of Google Cloud, and the consensus was reached. So basically, our consensus is designed to be very decentralized, and we're going to push the boundaries of this forward. So again, back to the a little more technically advanced people. So yeah, they have no issues with that. They just rent a server or host a server themselves and set it up using, for example, Docker version of our app, and through terminal they are installing the Then the second version was released for actually non-technical users. So technically, we have low node requirements, and people are able to download this one-click setup node, and using their laptop or personal computer, they can just download it, click next, and then set up one or multiple validators at home and use their unused processing power and bandwidth to actually to contribute to the security of the network. There is also a third option. So basically, when you are setting up the node yourself, you still kind of need to babysit it. It's not, again, the process is very easy and straightforward. So you are downloading this app, and the interface is user-friendly, but still, you have to maintain the high uptime, because otherwise there will be penalties imposed, and so laptop shouldn't go sleep, etc. And internet should be stable. And for example, some people may not want to do this. Maybe they are traveling with their laptop, etc. And while they're traveling, they don't have people to delegate this. So in that sense, this is the nature of our partnership with staking infrastructure providers. So people they are able to provide more, let's say, more advanced level of convenience for non-technical people to deploy their validators, and then they basically will be monitoring the server uptime, they have good traffic, good connection, etc. If something needs to be rebooted, they will be doing this, etc. So we have already agreement signed with multiple of them. Multiple are coming. And yeah, please follow our community channels, and again, we have at least 2 new partnerships posted every week, and this number may increase shortly, because we are having some internal momentum in community and in terms of our partnerships. Thank you.
All right, that's great, and thank you for explaining. So, other than this, could you please tell us, how can developers create token on the Waterfall platform?
Clearly, Alex would answer better for this question as a developer, but I'll try. First of all, the Waterfall is an EVM-compatible platform, so you can create tokens as you do on Ethereum with smart contracts. In addition, there are embedded tokens, including NFTs on Waterfall. Release and maintenance of such tokens do not demand special smart contracts, but are carried out with ordinary transactions that significantly reduce overhead charges while making their usage more accessible to a wide range of users. Moreover, seconds, I share my screen. We research a new token standard for recurring payments and for recurring transactions that will be added to our platform. It's an open source project within the IEEE Standard Association, in which our team actively participate. Sergey, me, Alex, Alexander. So we kept an Ethereum approach and extended it with contemporary research. That's all. Thank you.
All right, yeah, got it. And thank you for explaining like how developers can create tokens on the Waterfall platform. And it's great to hear about the tools and the processes available. During the introduction, you told us about the launch. So could you please give more detail, like when is the imminent launch of Waterfall expected?
Yeah, so this is going to happen. We finalized the security audit with Hacken. So it soon will be released, maybe even today. We also passed some rigorous internal testing. And again, we are in testnet still since October of 2021. So we are planning to launch it probably this Friday. This will be the technical launch. So nodes will be run only by association and maybe by some partners. And we are planning to do the launch for everyone on June the 17th. So follow the updates. There will be released a detailed article explaining this, and there will be more going forward. So it is really close already. So we are like few days before the launch, and this is why Alex is not on this call. But yeah, we're close and we're excited. Finally, this is happening, and yeah, we appreciate the community who is waiting for this and who is supporting us on our journey. Thank you.
All right, that's great and looking forward, and we all are very excited for that. So now I have another very good question. Like, could you please tell to our audience like how does Waterfall achieve true decentralization?
So well, there is I actually, yeah, the question is good, but this kind of using these words through decentralization is actually is a very challenging thing, because what we do is we are building a highly decentralized and scalable consensus. So on the consensus level, big number of independent participants are able to reach the consensus. So this is one level of understanding of this. But there are also multiple other levels. For example, there could be multiple validators, but they can be owned by same entity. So it already affects the level of decentralization. Then also the like utilization of the infrastructure providers, right? So basically, if we're using some data centers, or to be precise, not we are, but our community is using the data centers, then it also affects decentralization. Also, we can go on the level higher and speak about internet providers. So when we are then basically we are in that sense dependent on the internet providers and those who are providing the traffic to these data centers, and so on and so forth. So there are different levels of understanding of this. So our job here is actually to create the technology which can allow a lot of independent participants to join it. We later on are planning to implement the like digital identity process, which will allow to define and measure. So let's say, I don't know, there is for example, maybe, I don't know, 1 million nodes, and you know how many actually separate users own this, right? Own these nodes. And yeah, going forward, we are going to implement this. So it is not it is not something will be done immediately, but we are going to push boundaries of decentralization by implementing these measures and making it as decentralized as possible. And this is our goal. And then there, by the way, using this technology, there could be different things built which were not possible to be built before. And these things may be significantly more decentralized than than everything we have seen previously. So this is our end goal. But yeah, there is a journey ahead of us, and we are super enthusiastic to keep going and to keep releasing the new updates. Thank you.
All right, awesome. That's wonderful. And I think you guys already mentioned about the security feature during this session. So I would like to answer another question. I would love to ask another question that is related to the Switzerland Association associated with Waterfall. So can you please give more detail about the Switzerland Association? Yeah, associated with the Waterfall, please. Yeah.
My apologies. Basically, yeah, the Waterfall Association is actually we cannot tell that much about it because we are not involved into the managing of it. So this association is in Switzerland. Richard Wang, who is early supporter of Waterfall and who is actually is a chairman of this association. So we definitely recommend you to get, if you would like to get more details, just reach out to him. His contacts are present on our social media channels. Also, you can find the contacts on waterfall.network website. And yeah, feel free to reach out to them, and they will be able to address the question. But generally, yeah, this association is the governing body for the network. So we are developers of this, and they are those who are actually launching it. So yeah, thank you for this question.
All right, yeah, thank you for the clarification. And before wrapping up, do you want to say something to our community, any exciting update or anything? Yeah, please go ahead.
Well, there are quite a lot of things. Yes. So we please follow the announcements we're launching. Basically, this almost 3 weeks from 28th to 17th we're taking this period specifically to integrate with providers, with exchanges, with different projects, so for them to be able to deploy and prepare everything for the utilization of the network when it is becoming open to public. So do not hesitate to reach out to us. This is the time, and we will be as helpful as we can for this process of integration to go smoothly. So yeah, please join us, and we most sincerely appreciate those who already there with us, like developers, community, projects, and yeah, thank you for supporting us on our journey.
All right, that's great, and thank you for such a wonderful presentation, guys. Please support this wonderful project, be the part of Waterfall Network. You can join their Discord, their Telegram. Go ask whatever question you may have regarding the Waterfall. Their community manager, their lead member will definitely reply you, and they are going to be very excited announcement and updates that they are going to announce. So yeah, be ready for that and grab the opportunities, please. Yeah. Okay, and don't forget to join all the social links of Waterfall. And yeah, thank you very much, sir, for your valuable time. And yeah, see you next time. Have a great day. All the best.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And again, sorry for some, for Alex not being present, some distractions. This is like last week before the launch, so big time for us, and this is why we are like we are. But it is all for the good reason. So thank you so much, and yeah, thank you for having us. Have a great day. Bye bye.